So Steele is pitching for the Cubs today. And it's his 57th game. And 57 is a big World Series number. Because World Series equals 57. The Cubs can become 20-16 at home. And they won the World Series in 2016 against Cleveland. Today they'd get their 33rd win. Cleveland equals 33. But World Series 57. And it's, like we said, Steele's 57th game. It's going to be his 46th game started. Chicago is 46. Chicago Cubs is 46. And David Ross is the Cubs manager. I think he was on that World Series team. And it's the 91st day of Ross's age. I don't really like looking at managers, but I just wanted to see how the manager lined up for this. I noticed that Ross is also on 211 wins. Like the date, November 2nd, which is the date that the Cubs won Game 7 of the World Series against Cleveland. So, liking the Cubs there. Of course, you're going to have riddles on both sides, but I mean, I was looking at the game, weighing both sides. I like the Cubs doing that World Series. Yeah, the World Series riddle. Of course, they make you choose between that and the Orioles getting their 45th win of the season if they win these next two. Of course, Cubs equals 9. 45 is the 9th triangular number. Cubs as well equals 45. So if the Cubs do this World Series ritual, then the Orioles obviously can't pick up the 45th win in this series against the Cubs. But the Cubs, that's pretty perfect. The 57, that's what's the trumper here for me. And I said the word trumper, had nothing, I just realized that sounds like Trump. But I'm saying this is the trumper, like the piece of the riddle that takes me over the top for these Cubs today. But yeah, I like that 57 and the 20-16 at home. They won the World Series in 2016. And the other game I like, Minnesota is favorites. But the Tigers are 2-0 against the Twins this year. That's crazy. How the Tigers 2-0 against the Twins? Because I guess it makes sense. Because the Twins can slump and be shitty. But the Twins beat the Blue Jays, but then they can't beat the Tigers. It's just... But I like the Twins. Notice how they're 35-35. Detroit equals 37. Detroit loves 37. So, here's my take on this. They're either going to win these next two or they're going to lose the next two. And because Detroit and Tigers doesn't have any connection to 36, I don't know why they'd get to 36 and 36. So I'm taking the Twins for these next two to get to 37. Detroit's 37. It's the Twins pitcher today. Well, who is their pitcher today? It's his 33rd game. And his birthday is 8/7. And you know what? Wow. DeLeon's birthday is 8/7. And he's number 87. And 87's a big number of the beast number. Because number of the beast is 87. And 36. 666 is the number of the beast. And that's the 36 triangular number is that 666. And they're going to get a 36 here today, one way or the other. So that's how perfect is that. You have 87 and a big number of the beast ritual. Just par for course. Par for course. But Minnesota minus 190. I like Minnesota today. And the Cubs. And we'll see after these games. I'll see if there's any later games that I might want to take a stab at. I haven't really looked. I only looked at these first two, the Twins and the Cubs, because they're the earliest starts. But we'll see later if we can't maybe hit those two, then hit like 2 or 3 more, get a nice 5-0 day, because it's definitely possible. And it's more than possible. To be near perfect when you're picking, like, you have to be OCD about, like, many times, like, I've had a team in my head that I think is going to win, but then, like, if I think that at, like, 8 in the morning, I'll be thinking about, like, that game, like, for a while, and then, like, later in the day, I might realize something that completely, like, I was so heavy on this team, but then as I start thinking through it, like, hours later, I'm like, oh shit, that's the clincher. Because, like, you always have, it's like left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. You'll collect stuff in both hands. You'll be like, but then there's, like, one thing that just says, okay, that is what says this team's gonna win. Because it's usually tight. And also, there's usually one thing. It's up to you to find it. That's going to be the key teller what's going to happen. But, yeah, just yesterday, of course, the Yankees stay on 39-31. New York 39, Red Sox 31. And the Red Sox have been getting to 500 against the Yankees. They did it twice last week. The first game and the last game of the series. They get to 500. If you write out the word 500, it's 116. The first night they got to 500, their pitcher's birthday was 11/6. See how 500. That means you're even. Your record is even. They call it 500. And 116. Then the Red Sox on Sunday, the third game of the series last weekend, on 11/6, get to 500 again. That was the tell. Friday's game, 11/6 pitcher birthday starts. They get to 500. Then on 11/6, they get to 500 again. That was good. There was a lot of other things there for the Red Sox to win that series. But now, yesterday again, the Red Sox get to 500. I don't know what it is about them just getting it against the Yankees. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But the Red Sox suck. They're not going to make any noise probably in the postseason. They're probably going to finish last place because the division is just stacked. But we'll leave it there for now. Twins, Cubs. See if we can't get a little streak going. Streak equals 20. Start the streak with a 2-0. So, alright. Till next time. Peace.